Hey, good morning, gentlemen. It is Wednesday, and I hope you're ready to dominate the day. I hope you're ready to dominate your path. Because as men, we have a duty and we have an obligation to accomplish our mission here on earth. We have an obligation to dominate our purpose. And sometimes, and almost every time, it's going to be a long road. We're in it for the long game. No shortcuts, no easy roads out, no making excuses. It's going to be tough, and we're going to be in the trenches, and we're going to be scraping by. And there's going to be some times where you feel like giving up, and there's going to be some times where you're just in pain, and it hurts, and you're struggling, and nobody gets it. Right, guys? Nobody gets it. Because you're chugging along and you're being a man and you're doing what you got to do each and every day. And that kind of leads me to my topic of discussion, which is, what is the invisible force? What is the invisible force that controls a man? That controls everything. His decisions, his thought process, what he fears, what he likes, what he gravitates towards, how much success he has financially, in business, in his home, with his wife. Because there is an invisible force that controls all of this. And I could talk about this for days. I could talk about this for weeks because it's such a powerful issue. And it's something that's kind of hard to understand. But what is this invisible force? What is this thing that if we were to control it, we would control our destiny? And that's how powerful it is. And the two words, gentlemen, today that I wanted to bring up are, number one is your identity as a man and your self-image. Those two words control almost every aspect of your life. And I don't know about you, but have you ever found yourself wanting to do something different? You wanted to start working out. You wanted to start getting up earlier. You wanted to start journaling. You wanted to start making more money. You wanted to start eating better. And you try to change the behavior, right? You try to change the behavior. Every day you're changing the behaviors. But eventually the behaviors stop and you go back to your old patterns. You go back to your old routines, and progress halts. You start taking step backwards after making some progress. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever get to the place in life where you get so fired up one day, but the next day you lost all motivation? It's because you're changing your behavior. And that's the lowest level of thinking right there. That's the lowest level of change, is changing behaviors. Behaviors, guys, are dictated by who we are. By who we are. If you're a smoker and if you identify as a smoker, guess what? You're going to smoke, right? Your identity is a smoker, right? If you're label yourself as a happy person and that's what your identity is, guess what? You're going to be a happy person. You don't have to change the behaviors because that's who you are. If you are a millionaire and that's who you are and that's who you identify to be and that's what your self-image is, then guess what? You're going to do the behaviors that make you a millionaire because you're going to stay consistent with who you believe you are. And it's deep-rooted. It's subconscious. And the patterns are difficult to change. But I'm not going to dive too far into that. We're going to explore this topic a little bit further because it's powerful, gentlemen. Everything in your life is dictated by your self-image. Everything is dictated. So we got to start shifting that self-image. We got to start being the person that we want to see. If we can be it first, then we can manifest it second, right? But if we're not the person that we need to be, then the behaviors don't really matter because behavior change is very temporary. So, man, that is freaking powerful. I hope, guys, you got some value out of this content. And if you like it, why don't you share it? Share it with a neighbor, share it with a brother in arms, share it with somebody that needs this content, that wants to be a better man, that wants to provide better for his family, that wants to be a better protector, that wants to make an impact in society, because men change things. So the mantra of this episode is look at your identity, look at your self-image, and see where you're not being who you need to be to create the things that you want to create. That's it, gentlemen. Onward today on Wednesday. Dominate your path, dominate your purpose, because you were born for greatness, and there is nothing that's going to change that. We're out.